Let's cover Tucker Carlson. In a lawsuit, Tucker Carlson is accused of promoting a hostile work environment. Turns out Carlson's former head of booking, Abby Grossberg, said that male producers regularly used vulgarities to describe women and frequently made anti-Semitic jokes. The suspicion is that this is the reason why Tucker Carlson might be out at Fox News. Not the Dominion case, nothing else, but legal troubles caused by... Okay. She has made you the authoritarian you claim to hate? I don't. I don't want to give her any bad traits and bad behavioral traits by giving in when she's like fucking crying and shit. You know what I mean? She just learned how to push the cage, and she's just going to keep doing that over and over again, I think. Oh. This is her fun new activity. Thank you, B. Bonjik, for the 20 gifted subs. Okay. Get her a puppy den. Mesh pants. She won't be able to move it as much. Yeah, I'm going to fix all of that. Don't worry. This is just like a patchwork solution that is impromptu. Anyway, Tucker Carlson's facing a lawsuit from his former head of booking, Abby Grossberg, who says she was subjected to a hostile and discriminatory work environment. Ms. Grossberg, who was fired by Fox News shortly after she filed 2 lawsuits against the company in March, joined Mr. Carlson's team in 2022 after several years as a senior producer for Maria Bartiromo, another Fox News host. Maria Bartiromo, famously on the Fox Business side. Okay. Ms. Grossberg said in the lawsuit naming Mr. Carlson that I don't know why she's surprised she worked at Fox News. No, literally. I mean, she doesn't deserve to be subjected to this shit, but it's like in between booking like the latest and greatest voices in the white supremacist movement. She was surprised that she was surprised to find out that her anti-Semitic guest that she was booking for the Tucker Carlson broadcast of anti-Semitism it said anti-Semitic things. Like, it's very odd. On her first day working for Mr. Carlson, Ms. Grossberg said she discovered the office was decorated with large doctor pictures of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi wearing a plunging swimsuit. She said she once called into the top producer's office to be asked whether Ms. Bartiromo was having a sexual relationship with the House Speaker Republican Republican leader Kevin McCarthy. Ms. Grossberg also said in her lawsuit that after she was coerced by Fox's lawyers into providing a misleading deposition in a recent defamation case brought by Dominion Voting Systems and defending an offensive text from Mr. Carlson, his producers emailed the rest of the staff in recognition of Abby Day and suggested ordering a staff lunch to celebrate. Fox has disputed Ms. Grossberg's claims, and Mr. Carlson hasn't said anything publicly about the case. We will continue to vigorously defend Fox against Ms. Grossberg's unmeritorious legal claims, which are riddled with false allegations against Fox and our employees, a Fox News spokeswoman said. The lawsuit filed in the Southern District of New York also names Fox Corporation, Fox News, some network executives, and several of Mr. Carlson's producers are defendants. Yeah, see, she tired herself out, by the way, for the record. I knew this was going to happen. She literally pushed the playpen a little bit, and now she's like, all right, I'm too tired. You should fix the pad in case she wants to poop, though. I will eventually. I don't want to wake her up, though. She's going to be wide awake tonight. She's wide awake every night, my man. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. In a statement on Monday, one of Mrs. Grossberg's attorneys, Tanvir Rahman, said that Carlson's departure from Fox News is in part an admission to the systemic lying, bullying, and conspiracy mongering claim by our client. Mr. Rahman said that the legal team will be taking Mr. Carlson's deposition and those subordinates in the very near term. So, woman who worked at Fox News discovers that Fox News is right-wing. More on this surprising news at 10. First of all, this is a real the leopards ate my face moment. But honestly, I love that. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's true. First of all, no one should be subjected to, vile anti-Semitic or misogynistic attacks in their workplace. But having said that, let's be fucking very clear. Let's be very real. Okay? Am I shocked that this woman was shocked? Yeah, I am actually. The fuck do you mean? Like, your job was to literally book, like, everything short of Richard Spencer as Tucker Carlson's booker. Like you knew he's a white supremacist. The fuck do you mean? It's like, oh man, I sure hope when I clock into my racism factory job that there isn't racism on the fucking product line. It sure would be silly and bad. It's like, bro, what are you doing? I mean, I'm in favor of blaming her for doing her job. Yes, doing her job at the racism factory, dog. Like, what the fuck do you mean? This is like the same energy as those dumbass white supremacist Barbie dolls that were like frustrated that like the alt-right was not treating them with kindness and kept telling them to shut the fuck up and like have a child already. Yeah, this classic. Alt-right women are upset that the alt-right men are treating them terribly. It's like, what do you expect? Of course. They're literally like, man, what? This entire movement that we have like created around white supremacy and like traditional roots is coming back to haunt us because we are also like one level of marginalization removed from white men. So obviously they're going to shit on us too. That's crazy. Who would have thought, dude? I'm shocked. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Tucker Carlson's a gigantic piece of shit. I mean, he's a threat for sure. I don't know where he will go. My immediate reaction was maybe he wanted more money. But it does seem like there could have been some legal complications. I still think he wanted more money. I'm going to be honest with you. Not to do that like this was my original fucking take, and that's why I want to double down on it. I think that he wanted money. He wanted so much fucking money that Fox News literally used this as a reason for separation, like an embarrassing reason for separation for him. Because normally I feel like this is the type of lawsuit that they just immediately clear up on in arbitration. You know what I mean? But it does seem kind of weird that it would come in this like incredibly unceremonious way. So maybe there's more to it, and I don't know. Fox also facing another larger defamation suit from Smartmatic in addition to the stuff he was saying about leadership. Yeah, I mean, yeah, up until this morning, I think he thought that he was going to be live tonight, and then they let him go, and that is important. If some TV personality is a threat, what do you even have worth protecting? Brother, I've talked about this a lot, but there is no such thing as like a commentator on the left that could be seen as a genuine viable threat. But if you are reinforcing the hierarchical oppression, the hierarchical forms of oppression, okay, as Tucker Carlson does, as Ben Shapiro does, you can get a lot of mileage out of that commentary. If cops are already brutalizing black people, as long as you say, hey, cops aren't brutalizing enough black people, it's actually quite normal for cops to brutalize black people, and they should do it more, that's very different than someone being like, hey, you should defend yourself against cops brutalizing black people, right? Do you understand? Because when you say, hey, you should defend yourself against brutalizing, hey, black people, you should defend yourself against cops, all of a sudden, boom, you're like a legitimate threat, a much larger threat, as a matter of fact, even if you don't actually get ahead, even if you don't actually get people to arm themselves and genuinely present a threat to law enforcement operatives. Propaganda obviously is not the end-all be-all, but right-wing propaganda in a reactionary state from basically the functional state apparatus, which is damn near the entirety of all of these private media companies, but especially so for Fox News because they are directly tied to the Republican Party. Like this was a news broadcast that was created with the express purpose of like manipulating the Republican Party and to have it do the corporate interests, the corporate bidding that they wanted it to do, and have it dominate in the American political ecosystem. And they were incredibly successful. So, you know, I don't know that the decision to fire Tucker Carlson came straight from Fox News's Fox Corporation chairman Rupert Murdoch. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're like trying to save face. There's going to be two different things here to take a look at. One is going to be what the legitimate reasons are, like what the, and then two, what is the actual stated reason? And both are still very important. What is the stated reason? That means like this is what Fox News is trying to do PR around. Like they're making it seem as though they're like officially moving in a certain direction, right? That's what we need to find out. I understand his advertising revenue was down since 2019. Yeah, but like he was the most popular fucking broadcast. His advertising revenue was down because he was doing blood libel on a fucking nightly basis. But he also created a tremendous amount of cultural relevance for Fox News within the Republican base because he had a deep understanding of what the Republican base was demanding, which is, of course, reactionary, white nationalist, agitated propaganda. And he did it with a suit and tie, and he did it very well. He was able to cut propaganda incredibly fucking well without, like, actually, you know, crossing the lines of, like, liberal sensibility. He never openly said that he is an open, out and about white supremacist, but he basically said everything other than that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the triple firings are pretty fucking crazy. You have the NBC Universal CEO, Jeff Shell, which we're going to be talking about, which was forced out after sexual harassment claims from CNBC reporter Hadley Gamble, which is another big story for today. And we still haven't gotten into the Don Lemon situation because we've been talking about Tucker Carlson a lot, because this is the most important one out of all of them, in my opinion, because Tucker Carlson is the most important propagandist, important white nationalist propagandist in this country. It's true. Very good at his job. And I'm shocked that they would let him go unceremoniously like this. I can't help but wonder what Rush Limbaugh be saying right now. I'm burning. I hope.